anyone cut me short. I was thinking this was the way to go, and you put up your puppet show. I say cheers to life. No, I'll be no good man. Why? Just leave me alone. I'm running the show. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. No, you better go home. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. So I woke up, sun in my eyes, forgot all about what I did last night. What I do remember that it was real nice. Talks about me are never good. I don't live like the way that I should. Oh well, I'm in for some fun tonight. Just leave me alone. I'm running the show. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. No, you better go home. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. Hey now, don't be shy. Follow my lead if you wanna be mine. Hey now, just you and I, we could be the next Bonnie and Clyde. Hey now, don't be shy. Follow my lead if you wanna be mine. Oh, it's the time to rise up. Live the life we're proud of. Just leave me alone. I'm running the show. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. No, you better go home. I'm telling you, it's my time to rise up. Live the life I'm proud of. Hey now, don't be shy. Follow my lead if you wanna be mine. Hey now, just you and I, we could be the next Bonnie and Clyde. Hey now, don't be shy. Follow my lead if you wanna be mine. Oh, it's the time to rise up. Live the life we're proud of.
Well, hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. I am with some of my dear friends who are going to share some of their secrets with you about how to be a better recruiter, how to take advantage of your network marketing business, how to build an empire. I am joined by Mr. Tom Chenault, Sarah and Tony Zolecki, and the one and only Brian Carruthers. Hi, guys. Great to see you. And I'm going to come to each of you in a moment. But before I do that, these people are going to be sharing some secrets of how they became some of the best recruiters in the world. They're going to be giving you some wisdom and some knowledge for free today. But show your appreciation by smashing the share button. Smash the share button. Let the world know. Show us that you're serious. Show us that you're a player. Don't hog this information. Don't be selfish. Keep it to yourself. Smash the share button. Let people know. And I'll also tell you that we have the world's largest recruiting blitz challenge about to happen in 3 days, starting November 11th through the 17th for free. The GoPro Recruiting Challenge. I have some of the most outrageous, successful people in network marketing sharing their secrets, many of them for the first time, on how you can become a recruiting machine, okay? If you want to learn more about this challenge, just type the word info into the comments. Info into the comments, and you will get the information sent to you in your Facebook Messenger. Just type info into the comments and you will get the information sent to you, okay? That's number one. November 11th through the 17th. I have each day for those 7 days, we're going to go live at 11 a.m. Pacific time. We're going to go for about 90 minutes per day. I'm going to give some training. A couple of the top recruiters in the world are going to train. And then I have some of the biggest thought leaders to help you with the mind game, the emotional game, so you can have your breakthrough in this business. Sometimes it's tactics, sometimes it's emotion. Sometimes it's tactics, sometimes it's emotion. So let me tell you just some of the people I have on the emotional side of things. I have Trent Shelton, Marie Forleo, Dean Graziosi, Pete Vargas, Fraser Brooks, Les Brown, Grant Cardone, John Maxwell, Sylvester Stallone, all to help you overcome your obstacles and have a breakthrough. Now, in addition to that,
wow,
I have these people among many others that are going to be sharing their secrets. So each day, I'm going to give you some training. The top recruiters in the world are going to give you some training. You're going to get some emotional support from some of the most amazing thought leaders and kind of innovators and influencers in the world. And then we're going to give you a simple assignment, a very simple assignment. But the key to this is to help you actually overcome the biggest pain point in all of network marketing. And what do you think the biggest pain point is? The inability to recruit at the level that you thought you were going to be able to recruit. And we want to help you actually achieve the result of recruiting during these 7 days. And have I mentioned that this challenge is 100% free? It's free. It's free. It costs you $0. There's already like 130,000 people, something like that, 135,000 people registered for this challenge. You need to be one of them. Smash the share button. Let people know. Type info into the comments or go to GoProRecruitingChallenge.com, GoProRecruitingChallenge.com, or type info into the comments and the Facebook Messenger bot will send you the information, okay? It's going to be amazing. Oh, I'll also tell you each day, if you can't watch from 11 to 12:30 or so Pacific time, each day the broadcast will be available for replay for 24 hours until the next day is available. So everybody's got an opportunity to be able to see it, follow the assignments. We're going to make it light, fun. It's going to be amazing. So with that, I have 4 of my dear friends that are joining us here today. They're going to share some of their secrets. I want each of them to introduce themselves. I want to start with Mr. Tom Chenault. Tom is coming to us from Colorado. He's an amazing leader. He's sponsored. How many people have you sponsored in your career?
Oh, way over 1,000, Derek.
Over 1,000 people he's sponsored. He's done it without drama and effort, and I wouldn't say without effort, but without anxiety. He's come up with a really great strategy he's going to teach you over the course of this next week. But Tom, can you tell everybody, just introduce yourself and tell them how you found your way into network marketing?
It was the last house on the block, Eric. 30 years ago, I was just getting sober, and I weighed 400 pounds, and I was purple, and I was a stockbroker, and no one would hire me. So I just kept knocking on doors, and just one step lower until I finally got down to McDonald's. And I tried to get a job on the railroad as a waiter, and they told me I was too wide for the aisles. And that was the final straw. I came home, I found a newspaper, out fell a slip of paper. It said, no, unlimited income, no credit check, no background check. And I said, I'm home. And that was my introduction to network marketing, because I had the gift of desperation. Everybody in the world had prospected me for their agenda, but nobody had bothered to ask me what I wanted. And at that day, I needed to feed my family, and I dialed the phone of that guy with that slip of paper. I jumped in his company with both feet, and that was the beginning of an unbelievable career that I never thought possible would happen to me in this world of network marketing.
And let me go to Brian Carruthers. Brian, how about you? Same question. How did you get introduced?
Yep, I was full tilt in a family real estate company. So when I got home from Villanova with my accounting degree, instead of using that to get a job like all my friends did, I instead jumped into real estate, and I was already making six figures. A friend of mine from Villanova contacted me about a network marketing opportunity. Frankly, I brushed him off. I was thinking, I'm making more money than you, so kind of go away. Months later, he comes to my driveway with a brand new Mercedes convertible, and I was driving a used Ford Explorer I bought off my dad. And so as a young guy, I'm like, I got to see what he's doing. And that's how I got exposed to the industry. And I spent 3.5 years with that first opportunity. Didn't make a lot of money, but I learned a lot. And everybody's got a backstory. You hear all these big earners, they all have a backstory. They didn't hit a home run in their first day or first company, but I can tell you, I'll get into my story. I'm sure you're going to go a little deeper on this stuff, but that's how I got introduced.
Okay. And Sarah and Tony, what's your story?
So our story is, we met in the business, but the beginning story is I was 21 years old. I was working as a nanny for actually two guys that played in the NHL, two families, and was introduced by an ex-boyfriend. And he was actually in the business for 4 or 5 months. And finally his sponsor kept saying, you should talk to your girlfriend. You should talk to your girlfriend. And he was like, no, she'll never want to do this. She's too busy. He never talked to me. And then finally he did. And I remember I went to a presentation and I walked in a room and I really didn't even know why I was there. I was kind of there to support him. I didn't understand network marketing at all. But I fell in love with the people. I was in a room that people were pretty excited. They were excited and they were motivated and they were driven. And I remember seeing the girl that was in front of the room that was doing a presentation, and I fell in love with her. Her background was she was a teacher, and kind of my heart has always been teaching. And I got really inspired by her, and I got bit by the bug, and here I am 23 years later.
Yeah, and I was actually working on a taco truck with my mom, and my sister called me, and she was so excited. I never heard her this excited, and she invited me to a presentation, and my mom and I went, and I remember sitting in a room with a bunch of really fired up people that night, and they showed this presentation, and the last testimonial was a 19-year-old kid, because I was 19 at the time. And he's like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I just made a couple $1,000 and I'm really excited. And I kind of nudged my mom and I'm like, Mom, listen to that story. If he can do it, I can do it too. My mom looked at me. She's like, yeah, you can do it. And I got started in that company, didn't make money for 3 years, but I learned a lot and had a great experience.
So I'm curious from all of you, you're all prolific recruiters and you're all $1 million a year earners. And we're not making any claims here. We're talking inside of our profession. We're not trying to recruit anybody in anything. We're just kind of talking about what's possible inside of our business. What do you think has been your secret to being so good at recruiting? Tom, start with you.
My 100% for sure secret is not treating people like prospects. I treat people like human beings and find out what they want to buy. I find out what they don't want to buy. And then I come back later and sell them what they said they want to buy. And I don't bring up what they said they didn't want to buy. And that way, a closet introvert like me, sorry, I'm so nervous. My hands are shaking. I don't even understand why you guys are affecting me like this. It must be I'm hanging around with such important people. But yeah, that's what I do, and it works, Eric. I go into conversation with my agenda being the agenda of the person across the table, and my job's to serve them, not sell them, and it works out.
And Brian Carruthers, same question.
Yeah, I think that what really helped me was I already knew that I was not some big personality. I didn't have this. It wasn't the charismatic person. You see a lot of people these days that are using social media influence and they're recruiting hundreds of people. That's not who I was. I'm kind of more introverted. So for me, I had to be a grinder. I was willing to crank through the numbers. And so what really helped me was I was willing to crank numbers every single day. In my conversations with all my prospects, I was always selling the vision, obviously the vision of our company, what we're about, but also their vision, what this business can do for them, because they're always listening to their own favorite radio station, WIFM, what's in it for me. And because I was working large numbers of prospects, the challenge with a lot of people that get into this game is they talk to 5 or 10 people and they bank on those 5 or 10. Like you say, sometimes in your training, Eric, it's like a lottery, scratch off lottery ticket. They scratch off 5 numbers. If they don't win, they throw the card away, they throw their business away. And therefore they make those few prospects that they're beaten on, they come across to them like they're desperate, and you just push those 5 or 10 people away. But when you're working with an unlimited number of prospects, because I always feel like the world is my oyster, I can go find prospects so many different ways. Because of that, my posture with my prospects was always like, I'm not trying to get them in. I was actually possibly going to let them in. It's hunting versus fishing. And I was more of a fisherman than a hunter.
Okay. And Tony and Sarah, same question for you.
I think for me, every day I focus on making a friend. I mean, my whole thing is, I look at like my life and just how I was someone that was always trying to fit in. And I wanted to make sure that when I got involved in this business, that I wanted it to be inclusive for everybody, right? And so I just focused on, for me personally, I love what Tom says about the friendship piece. I mean, I believe that every single person that I meet, either A, I'm going to be able to enrich their life, or B, they can enrich mine. And either way, it's a win-win. So I look at every day, like I want to have as many conversations as I can, because I know some of these guys are going to inspire me to be a better mom or a better parent or a better friend or a better sister. So for me, it's not just the business side, it's all the way around. And so I just focus on just loving the heck out of people. And some of them, they're like, hey, I'm ready to go. Some of them, the timing's not right. And some of them just are my friends in general. And I think that has really served me well over the years.
Yeah, and I think for me, Eric, it was really making that decision when I made my list, that I decided that I would always add people to that list every single day, no matter what. Because I think what happens a lot, and I see this all the time, is that people have a handful of people on their list, and then once their list is gone, they're like, well, my business is gone. Their anxiety goes up. They get nervous. They're like, what am I going to do to build a business now? But if you know how to add to your list every single day and you build your list every single day, what happens is you get better at this and you start building influence and you start, working relationships and friendships. And, that's what this is all about.
And in a moment, I want to ask each of you kind of what you love most about network marketing. Because some people, the reason why they struggle with recruiting is they have an inferiority complex. They're insecure about the profession itself. They don't have the right posture. And you've all been around enough to have developed a belief system that is unshakable. Doesn't matter what somebody says, your belief system's not movable. And most people in network marketing, their belief system is very movable. It's movable by whatever conversation they just finished having. So I want to get from your perspective why network marketing is so powerful for the average person, especially people looking to be able to earn from home nowadays. With what's going on with COVID and everything else, everybody's looking for ways to be able to earn from home. But before I come to you and ask you that question, why network marketing and why now? And why is it a better way for the average person? I just want to remind everybody, if you are currently registered for the GoPro Recruiting Challenge, put a number 7 into the comments wherever you're watching this. Put a number 7 into the comments. Let the world know that you're currently registered for the GoPro Recruiting Challenge that starts in 3 days. If you're not currently a part of the challenge and you'd like to know more about it, type info into the comments and we will send you information on how you can join this challenge for free, and we'll help you have a recruiting breakthrough. Also, if you know people that need to hear this information, need to hear from Tom and Brian and Sarah and Tony, smash the share button, tag them in the comments, let them know. Don't hog this information for yourself. Let them know that this is available for them. Okay. What else can I tell you before I go? There's one other thing. Oh, I have some more gifts for you. If those of you who want to hang out, if you hang out for another 15, 20 minutes, I have some free gifts to give you for being a part of this to help you prepare for this challenge. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. You deserve a breakthrough. Recruiting was the biggest pain for me when I joined network marketing, mostly because of my expectations not being met. I joined and I expected that people would at least take a look. I expected that some people were going to join for sure. I expected that I wasn't going to get so much resistance. And when I got that, it took me years to get okay at recruiting. And then the second pain point came with my team. I could recruit, but my team couldn't. You see the training where you sponsor 5 and then they sponsor 5 and that's 25 and they sponsor 5, that's 125 and then 625 and then 3,125. You ever see that thing? Well, that wasn't what happened to me. I sponsored like 30 and that whole group sponsored like 14. And that group sponsored like 6. And those 6 ganged up and sponsored one lonely soul at the bottom of the structure. And it's just like, and they were all looking at me. And actually, in truth, they didn't sponsor hardly any. I did it for them because I was the only one in the team that knew how to recruit. It was so painful. And I was just like, when am I going to get some duplication? I finally learned how to crack the code on recruiting for myself and how to teach the team how to do it and how to build it into the culture within the organization. Now, even still, most people who join network marketing are tourists. And here's what I mean by a tourist. Thanks for coming to the network marketing theme park. Go on all the rides, see the sights, take some selfies, meet some friends, but we know eventually you're going home because you're just not willing to go beyond a tourist commitment, right? The reason why you hear so many rags to riches stories. I mean, Brian is one of the, he was doing really well prior to network marketing. Some of the rest of us weren't. So we used desperation to get us where we needed to go. But to go beyond tourists, become a permanent resident, to go beyond permanent resident, become a pillar of the community inside of network marketing, you've got to crack this code. Yeah, I would just, in 7 days, we can help you save the pain or shorten the length of time that you're going to be in pain while you are becoming a network marketing professional. Okay, so info, if you want us to send the information, or go to GoPro Recruiting Challenge. If for some reason that doesn't get to you, you'll probably find that pinned to the top of the comments wherever you're at, GoProRecruitingChallenge.com. That will get you into this challenge for free, okay? And smash the share button, tag a friend. Now, Tom Chenault, why Is network marketing a better way, in your opinion, for the average person? What do you love most about this profession?
I came out of the airplane sales business and the stock brokerage business, and literally anybody that ever sold an airplane wanted to be an airplane salesman, but that was an impossible job to get. And to be a stockbroker, you had to go through all kinds of bells and whistles, and everybody wants to be that big time stockbroker. But one thing about network marketing is there's nothing in your way to being a network marketer. No IQ test, no diploma, no big resume. The only thing that you have to have is a massive desire to do the business and that gift of desperation that Eric just talked about. And for me, I hang around with people at the absolute lowest point in their life and people at the top. And the good news about what I get to do is it's the same speech for every one of them. Suspend your disbelief, look inside, do some radical self-inquiry, figure out what has people love you and not love you, address those, get those out of the way, and start a business where people join you instead of it, and I'll partner with you to get there from here. That's my whole speech, because I think this is the greatest form of entrepreneurship on the planet. And I believe that from my core, and people sense that.
And Brian, why do you think network marketing is better for the average person?
Well, I think that everybody wants time freedom, and a lot of people are unaware. They have no awareness that if they keep on doing what they're doing, that they think something's going to change. Magically, life's going to get better. But if you're trading your time for money, I don't care if you're punching a clock or earning commission checks as a real estate agent, like I had been, you're never going to have complete time freedom if you have to keep on trading your time for money. So the way I look at this is, what's the alternative? You can keep doing what you're doing, and life never doesn't get better. Or, I mean, I'll give everybody an example. You know, if you're a Michael Jordan at your job, like you are the best at what you do. Nobody does what you do better than you. And you go bust your tail being the Michael Jordan of your job for the next 20 years. Will you ever retire after 20 years with your dream lifestyle? I mean, will you have tons of cash flow? Will you have all kinds of time freedom? And I ask that of all of the audience I ever speak in front of, and no hands ever go up. I'm like, well, if there's no light at the end of the tunnel, maybe you never thought about it consciously, but if you're understanding that now and you're willing to admit there's no light at the end of the tunnel, why keep going down that same road? And when I share with people that network marketing provides a path, it's not easy, it's just possible. And Brittany Hamilton, the young girl who was surfing in Hawaii and had her arm bit off, and she told her dad after it healed back, you guys probably saw the movie Soul Surfer, she said, Dad, I want to compete again. And her dad's like, you know, honey, how hard it's going to be? She goes, Dad, I don't need easy. I just need possible. And now she's competing again and winning. So look, at the end of the day, network marketing makes it possible to create whatever kind of lifestyle you want. But the second thing, and I'll leave it here, is you know, we all know how we as people who've been around and have had success, we know the power of mentors. And Eric, you always talk about how you've got coaches and mentors in every area of your life. And so that's why you're excelling in so many areas of your life. The power of a mentor is priceless. It's worth more than you can put a monetary value on. So to find a mentor in any endeavor, it costs a lot of money, even if you can find a good one that can take you somewhere. The beauty in network marketing is you actually are provided mentors at no cost, because a company compensates them for helping you. And it's the only place I've ever seen in my life where there's a true alignment of interest, where you've got mentors who want you to win and you don't need to pay them. And the better you do, the more you win, the better they do. And that alignment of interest, look, Eric, if I recruited you as a real estate agent into our family real estate company, you know, I'm still in the market as well. So if I'm a realtor, you're a realtor. If I tell you all my secrets, you're going to go take my market share, right? So I'm not going to tell you all my secrets, but in network marketing, I want to share with you everything I know. That alignment of interest with your mentor mentee, I'm telling you, it is beautiful.
And Tony and Sarah, what do you love best about network marketing? What do you think people don't understand or should understand better?
I think it's an incredible place that actually allows you to have the ability to contribute on a big level. You know, I think like for, you know, so much of my life, like I look at all these incredible things that I would love to do, but the reality was for me, Eric, that it costs money. And I love that this is actually a vehicle that can allow us to really get the money game out of the way, where there are things that we want to do, right? Whether it's, contribute back to our church more, or sponsor different people for trips, or take care of different people. And I think back to, so the company that I'm with now, right? So we've been here 7.5 years. It's my third company in 23 years. When I got back into network marketing with my second company, I'll never forget, I'm going to tell you guys a story. So my mom and dad, so my dad had come to me, and my parents were kind of in a tough situation. And I'll never forget that my dad had asked me to help him out with money. And I had just gotten back in network marketing. So I was just starting to build my business. And I think I'd been about maybe 30 days. And I remember it was so hard for me because I had to tell my dad that I didn't have it, that just getting back in. And I remember I cried. I remember it broke my heart. And I remember telling myself, like, I am never, ever, ever going to be in this situation that I can't get back in a big way. And so that has been one of my driving things in my life, where it's like, I work so hard in my business because it allows us to bless so many people. And to me, that's what it's about, is the impact that we all can make. Our business is an amazing vehicle that can do great things. And, people ask, why do we work so hard? Or why do we figure out the recruiting game? Well, because for me, it's about the giving back piece. And so I've been so inspired because I feel like this is the only place, like if I worked a job, no matter how much money I made, I couldn't make any more money to give to my dad, right? I could never make any more money to be able to help out in different areas. And so here, this is the only place that you can create amazing leverage where you have the ability to actually do that. And so that's really, Eric, why I'm so inspired by this profession, is that it allows me to contribute in a way that I could never, ever do, no matter what job that I had. I really couldn't.
Yeah, Eric, and what I seen at 19, and it still holds true today, is that network marketing is an equal playing field, meaning that it doesn't matter what your background is, the color of your skin, your education, what you've done before. You can come in here, and if you pay attention, you get excited, you never quit. I'm just telling you what, you can create whatever you want. Like, I look at our business model today in network marketing, and people can get started in most companies for a few $100s. They can do their training in less than an hour, right? They can, mostly do it all online with kind of how, the profession's changed and shifted a little bit, right? And they can go out and create whatever story they want to create. Most companies today, they pay people daily, and people can actually go out and produce results and get money in their account right away for doing the things that, sometimes it would take weeks to get paid on. They're getting paid daily on. And I think what you've done with GoPro and your network marketing community is you created this environment where people can plug into training, right? And they can bathe themselves in personal development and skills, and you teach them exactly what they need to do to, build their skill sets, to build a team, to get more customers, to, recruit more people, to, tell the story better, to tell their company story better. And what happens is they watch their check go up, 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 and up. And that right there, there's not another profession on planet Earth that does that like we do it here with network marketing.
Yeah, and I'll just tell you, look, for me, network marketing is worth it, even though it's challenging sometimes. It's emotional. There's ups and downs. It's way more emotional than a traditional job, way more, and mostly because it will push you in ways that a job won't push you, and because of that push, it will cause you to be better. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's worth it for the job you're going to create. It's worth it for the career you're going to make, the income you're going to have, the freedom, the time, the friendships, the sights you're going to see, and the people you're going to be able to help, and the causes you're going to be able to contribute to, lives you're going to be able to touch. But mostly for me, it was a grinding wheel that forced me to become a better version of myself.
Yeah.
It challenged me to become the person that I was supposed to be. It was a mirror every day that I had to look at and get better every single day. And the thing that I love, these people that are watching this, that are contributing today, Tom and Brian, Sarah and Tony, they could all retire if they wanted to. They don't want to, but they all could. I could also. And I will tell you, reason why we don't is because, and I know from personal experience with these guys, because of the rush that comes from helping another human being. I mean, there's something about it when you see somebody go from being blind to being able to see. When somebody was struggling and they stopped struggling, and you can literally see the shift happen in their eyes, and they just go click, and then you know that they're never going back to the way that they were, that they're going to change now. Doesn't mean you're not going to still have challenges inside of building a business, but man, there's something about it that really makes me smile every single day. And let me I want to ask everybody
Eric,
here.
real quick on that. I mean, it's an addiction.
Yeah.
And Tom talks about this sometimes. I mean, we all have addictions. Some people are addicted to substances or sports or, attention. There's an addiction to what you just said. When you've helped a handful of people to go to a better life, and you've given their kids their parents back, and you felt that rush, you just want more of it. And we're all going to be addicted to certain things. I can't think of much better to be addicted than to this. Yeah,
I mean, you're going to replace one habit with another, right? Maybe it's a negative, destructive habit with a positive, empowering habit.
Yes.
For me, the way I look, if you want to live forever, if you'd like to live forever, here's how you do it. Pour a little bit of yourself into somebody else. And then let them do the same for somebody and let that ripple go around the world. And a little piece of you lives forever. That's the thing that excites me about what it is that we do. Back to recruiting, because in a few days we're going to talk about that. And in a moment, I want each of you to tell this group how to prepare. How do you prepare for this recruiting challenge? It's going to start on Wednesday. 7-day recruiting challenge is going to start on Wednesday. But before I do that, I want everyone that's watching this to not be a tourist and not just be in the audience, but accept this challenge as part of preparing for the big challenge that starts on Wednesday. Okay? Here's what it is. I want you to put how many people, I want you to put 2 numbers into the comments. How many people have you recruited prior to or up until today in your company? That's the first number. And then the second number, how many people, what is your goal for the number of people that you'd like to recruit during the 7-day challenge? How many people prior and how many people during the 7-day challenge? Put those 2 numbers into the comments. So, share it to the world. How many you've done before, how many you're going to do or during these 7 days. We'll help you. Don't worry about how you're going to do it. Don't worry about not feeling confident that you're going to be able to do it, but we'll help you. Don't just borrow our belief for a moment. We're going to give you all the tips and ideas and strategies to be able to actually have a breakthrough. The goal is that you become a recruiting machine. So back to Tom. Tom, talk about what a person can do to prepare. We've got 3 days. We start at 11 a.m. Pacific time on Wednesday. And again, if you don't know about the challenge, you'd like to learn more and join it, type info into the comments, and we'll send you the information, or go to GoProRecruitingChallenge.com and you can register. Info or GoProRecruitingChallenge.com to register. So, and after Tom and Brian, Sarah and Tony tell you how to prepare, I'm going to give you some free gifts that will help you in your preparation when they're done sharing some strategies on how to do that. So Tom, let's start with you. How can people prepare to really crush this goal?
The name of the game for me, Eric, is get that list out of the people that you know, and you all know a ton of people. And you know something about that ton of people that you know. And I call those touches. And I don't know if it's a love of puppies. I don't know if it's a love of airplanes or whatever it is, and call and touch those people and touch them with some love and some interest, and then get the heck off the phone and embed into them that you do care about them without saying, I'm going to call you in the middle of a GoPro and a recruiting challenge next week. Touch them with some love. Get a little more related than you were by remembering something about them that they loved about themselves. If that goes down, all of a sudden they're going to take your call and they're going to hear your story about recruiting them into your business powerfully versus just being some number on the wall. That would be my best advice right now, Eric.
And what he's saying, it's what I call warming up your list, which is just call everybody and say hi. Just have a conversation, say hello, find out what's going on in their life, be interested, ask them questions about what's going on, how are they feeling, those types of things, with as many people as you possibly can before Wednesday, without even a business conversation at all.
Yeah.
No business agenda in the conversation. You'll get great results from that. Brian, how would you encourage people to prepare?
Yeah, well, first off, Tom, what you just said, I mean, going through the numbers without making them feel like a number is huge. I would say to prepare right now for the next couple of days beforehand, set your goals for you, like how many recruits are you going to bring aboard personally during that 7 days, and set goals for your team, because it's not just about you, okay? I've been a big recruiter, a massive recruiter, but it can't always just be about me. I don't want to be a recruiter as a job for the rest of my life. It's all about, teaching that and scaling that and duplicating it. So set goals for you and get your team involved and have them set goals for themselves and collectively. So you got your goals, they got their goals, and you got a collective goal. I've been really proclaiming within my organization over the last few days since we've been promoting it, that we are going to have more recruits organizationally in this 7-day period than we've had in our biggest month in the last 10 years. Wow. We're speaking that into existence. We're all getting behind it. Then I would also take your goal that you're proclaiming and actually voice it, like tell everyone. So you've got accountability. And then also I would encourage you to have rewards and consequences, the carrot and the stick. Like if I say to everybody, I'm going to go recruit 2 a day, I'm going to recruit 14 people in that 7-day window. And if I don't do it, something's going to happen to me. And I haven't figured that out yet. In the next couple of days, I'm going to have to figure out what am I going to do to myself. I can't shave my hair. It's already gone, but I'm going to do something that I don't want to do as a consequence. And if I do achieve my goal, then I'm going to be able to go do something that's going to be really exciting to me. So I think the carrot and the stick is super important to establish that ahead of time.
I love it. And before I go to Sarah and Tony, let me give you some resources that you can use to prepare for the upcoming challenge on Wednesday. And if you're watching this from the challenge Facebook group, the 7-day recruiting challenge Facebook group, these are already in the announcements. You can find these resources already in the announcements. But if you're watching anyplace else, I want to give you 3 different resources. Number 1, I have a GoPro Recruiting Challenge list builder download. It's like a list builder workbook to help you build your list. All you have to do is type the word list into the comments and we will send it to you for free. Okay. Just type the word list into the comments and we will send that to you for free. Number 2, we have a social media posting calendar that will give you ideas on what to post on social media to get more engagement, more involvement with your organization, more people taking a look at what it is that you do. To get that calendar and all of those ideas for free, just type the word social into the comments and we will send you a link for that. And third, we did a 2-hour training on how to prepare, where all the top trainers gave some ideas. I gave 10 strategies on how you can prepare for this challenge effectively. If you'd like to watch the replay of that challenge, just type the word challenge into the comments and we'll send you a link to the challenge. So list for the list builder, social for the calendar, and challenge for the pre-training or the pre-challenge training. And if for whatever reason that doesn't work because somebody shared it and you're trying to type that in, it doesn't work, just join the challenge, GoProRecruitingChallenge.com, and you'll get entered into the Facebook group. And inside of the Facebook group, you'll find all of these resources in the announcements. Okay. So we're doing everything we possibly can to equip you to have a breakthrough. All right. We want you to become a recruiting machine, get past the pain point, and start building the team that you deserve. So, Sarah and Tony, how would you recommend that people prepare for this challenge coming up?
Well, I love Brian's consequences. I think that if Tony doesn't hit his goal, I think Tony should shave his head. I think he'd have a heart attack. First of all, I was like, oh, that would be a good one. But, I think, too, it's just with the list. I think it's, someone taught me a long time ago. They're like, Sarah, if you open up a restaurant, who are you going to invite to come eat, right? Who are you going to say, hey, come check it out, right? And so I think it's really important, guys. Your list needs to be like every person that you possibly know. And, I look at, when Eric talked about warming up your list, there's a couple of things that I do, but I don't just do it for this challenge. I do it every day. I think it's a really important tip is I reach out to 10 people every day and I love on them every day. I don't do it just to warm up this challenge. I do it all the time. There's 10 people that I send a text message to that I give them a compliment. I encourage them. I tell them I love them. I check in on them. I mean, I think between now and then we need to be doing that, 10 a day. Some of us, we should be amping that up and doing 20, right? It depends on how big that list is. One thing too that I love that I'm pretty old school. I think Brian actually talked about this before. Like my list, I don't just go through social media and I'm like, hey, there it is. I mean, I write it down. I mean, I'm old school. I actually have something that's called an activity logbook. I have piles and piles and piles of these I've had over the years. It's like $9 on Amazon. You can do it at Amazon Prime. But I love it because I can stay organized. I always have my list. I'm always, checking in on that list. But the importance of your list is everything. I mean, I just enrolled a girl in my business 2 days ago that it took 7 years, and she just joined Eric. 7 years. But it's staying connected, right, and loving on her and encouraging and just being in the moment and building that friendship. And so I think for people, you have to understand your list is going to be it's always growing. It's that live list, and so. So those are the couple of tips that I would give to prepare you for, coming out of the gate strong on Wednesday.
Yeah, and what I'd like to talk about is I want everyone to write down this word, repetition. Now, that word with the strategies behind it has made Sarah and I millions of dollars. And what does that mean, repetition? That means you got to be talking about this 7-day free recruiting challenge over and over and over and over and over and over again the next 4 days. And when you think you've talked about it so much and everyone's sick of you talking about it, guess what? You're just warming up. You're just getting started. So keep talking about it. And what I mean by that is like when you go to your list, right? Whether it's an email list, a Facebook list, a phone list, you're texting, you're in Facebook groups, you're in chats, you're doing live video, you're doing stuff with your bots. Whatever you're doing, like you've got to be talking about this more than ever. And like Sarah and I, we have a goal. We want 1,000 people from our team in this challenge because I know what's going to happen when we have that number of people in that challenge. And the only way we get that number accomplished in the next 3-4 days is by repetition. So we're just a walking, talking billboard for this 7-day free recruiting challenge. And people are like, gosh, that's all you talk about. That's all you text about.
They're probably listening right now. Yeah, that's right.
But you know what, Eric? It works. And you know what? I know they'll go out and recruit people after this challenge. And Sarah and I will add, Eric, over 1,000 new people to our team because of this challenge. We know that for a fact. So repetition over and over and over and over again the next few days.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So let me recap before I give everybody their final words here. And I hope you're getting value from this. That's our goal, is to bring as much value as possible. This group, I don't know, they've earned tens of millions of dollars as a group in network marketing earnings and commissions. So I believe success leaves clues. And anytime somebody who's had radical success is willing to share with you, take the advice. Don't be too cool to think that you've got a better strategy than they do, because they're pretty amazing. So let me just recap all the different ways that you can be connected. Number one, smash the share button if you want more people to be involved in this challenge. Let people hear this information. Number two, either go to GoProRecruitingChallenge.com to register and encourage your team to register, GoProRecruitingChallenge.com, or type info into the comments, and we should be able to send you the information so you can register. Two, type the word list if you want to get the list builder, social if you want to get the social media calendar, and challenge if you want the pre-challenge training that we did this past Wednesday. We start every day. Make sure, take your phone, wherever your phone is, where my phone is. I don't know where my phone is. Here it is. Take your phone and put an alarm in your phone right now, for 11 a.m. Pacific time every day. 11 a.m. Pacific time every day, because I'm going to go live here every day until the challenge starts to get everybody into a rhythm of checking in every day at this period of time. But for sure, from the 11th to the 17th, every single day, either if you can watch it live, watch it live. If not, make sure that you watch that replay whenever you humanly can, but really step into this. 7 days can change your life, and you might not believe that that's true, but 7 days actually really can change your life. So, Tom, final words of encouragement for this group. Go ahead.
I think that whole thing about not having an agenda and making your agenda the agenda of the person that you're looking at. You talked about what we're most proud of. And I'm most proud of the difference that I get to help make in people's lives. And whenever I go to a party at Eric's house, he sees me walk in the door and he says, we may as well say goodbye now because I know you're going to sneak out in about 5 minutes, because I cannot stand parties. And I am like I'm scared of everybody, and no one knows that about me. And I went to a party in California a few years ago, and I didn't want to go. A couple of people talked me into going. There was alcohol there. I don't drink. There's loud music there. I can't hear. So none of it was going to fit. I stood against the wall like the wallflower with my arms crossed, and across the room came a kid. And the kid was pretty messed up on some alcohol. And he looked at me and started telling me that he'd heard about me and knew who I was, and blah, 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 way too loud. And all of a sudden he looked me right in the eye and said, you know what? I think I drink too much and I'm ruining my marriage and I'm screwing up my family and I need to quit drinking. Would you help me? And I didn't turn around and recruit him into my company right then. I didn't do anything except show him how to get sober through some friends of mine that I knew in the town he lived in. Because my job isn't to talk about it, it's to serve at every level. And if you get the hang of this business, you get to be that kind of servant leader where you get to have moments of changing people's lives that are of so immense magnitude, you can't believe it. And the kid that crawled across the room to talk to me that day was Tony Zolecki, who's on here with me right now. And his marriage is back. His life is back. They've been with their new company for 7 years. They have made it to the top. And he is present to enjoy it today. And that's what I do this business for. The money is a foregone conclusion. Retirement is something that I'm not going to do because I might miss somebody like Tony coming along that needs that gift of desperation. And every one of you can get the ability to give that same gift to people if you just take the GoPro Recruiting Challenge seriously. So that's all I've got, Eric.
All right, let me go down to Tony and Sarah, and then we'll.
Oh my God, you might as well just end it on that. I'm like, what are we doing? I was like, well, we're done. Tom, thank you, first of all, for being you. That was 1 in a million chance that we would run into you when we ran into you in the middle of the dance floor, right? But I think that's the thing is I think it's just having that heart, because every person that we talk to, we don't know their backstory, and we don't know the way that the opportunity that we have to pour into them, right, in one way or another. And I think that's a thing for me where it's like, I went from being so afraid to talk to people and worried about what are they going to think, when I know that this business can change their life in such a big way because we've lived it, right? And so, I think for myself, I'm just so excited to, be part of this challenge. But I also know too that there are so many people out there that are looking for all of us. And so now I just think about, gosh, there's gonna be so many lives changed this week because of all of us that open our mouth and have the courage to share and share our story. And we learn all these great, recruiting tips, etc. Like all of us together, like what a movement that we're all going to make this week. Like this is going to be a week that every single one of us in this business, we're going to look back at and go, years down the road and go, that was the week that everything changed for this profession, right? And we all get to be the reason for the growth. We all get to be the reason that it's going to have that massive ripple effect, is because we said yes and we got committed and we dedicated ourselves for the next 7 days and just poured it on.
Yeah, and I think, Eric, I think back and like the biggest challenge was me in this business. And I was in my own way screwing it up every single day. And it wasn't the company, it wasn't the products, it wasn't the comp plan, it wasn't any of that, it was me. And I had to figure out, okay, how can I get out of the way? How can I start using all these amazing tools and trainings and people that love and care about me and want to help me to really grow, to really get better, and to really step into who Tony Zolecki is supposed to be. Not just wasting my life, making my life worth something. And, this challenge, I just think of all the people that are going to be here this next week with us, Eric. I mean, so many people need this. So many people, this will, cut their learning curve 6 months in half. They'll be able to create a story that much faster. They'll be able to, maybe they were going to be ran out of the business, but this will keep them in the business, right? And that's why it's so important that we talk to as much more people to get them locked in. And I'll just leave with this saying, Tom, I love you, brother. And, Tom is just one amazing human being. And I just celebrated over 10 years of sobriety in May. And Tom's right. My life's never been better. And you know what's funny, Eric? Because my life's better and my marriage is better and my friendships are better and my, my kids' relationships are better. Guess what? My network marketing business is 10 times better than it's ever been.
Yeah, totally.
All right, Brian, you get the last word.
Well, first of all, I gained so much, just the associations with Sarah and Tony and Tom and you, Eric. So I never take that for granted. I had a friendship with Charlie Tremendous Jones, and one day we were sitting down having breakfast. He said, Brian, you're going to be the same person 5 years from now that you are today, except for the people you meet and the books you read. And so these friends that I'm able to be a part of this stream with you guys today, I love you guys so much. We don't get a chance to see each other very much, but you guys are always really pouring into me, and I love it. And I would simply just say, guys, look, equal opportunity, but not equal outcome. That's what network marketing is. Equal opportunity, but not equal outcome. Some people get in, put their toe in, water's too cold, and they roll out. I just want to encourage you to make your personal decision. Success is a decision followed by daily choices. A lot of people don't make the decision, and then their choices obviously run accordingly. So one of the things that was probably the most important driver for me in life is I was smaller in school, kind of picked on. I wasn't really picked first in sports. For me, I had a self-esteem need to feel like I matter. And I imagine some of you all that are listening and watching right now, maybe you have a longing to matter. You want to be a Tom to a Tony, right? You want to be somebody that has mattered in other people's lives. We all long for love, and we long for respect. And I just wanted to matter. And I feel like I found a place where I can matter. The energy and time that I devote to other people and helping their success to materialize, getting a thank you text, a thank you note, just hearing my name in somebody's testimonial just validates that I matter. And that's what I long for. And I know that most of you probably watch it. Network marketing attracts amazing people. The unamazing, the people that are not amazing typically go by the wayside. The amazing people stick around because they get what I'm talking about. And right now, you do matter, regardless. But I want you all to feel that feeling of mattering to more and more people in a more and more profound way. And you've got that opportunity here. So take the next take this 7-day challenge seriously. It's an opportunity to pour fuel on that you matter fire and explode it so much faster.
Well, listen, Tom Chenault, Brian Carruthers, Sarah, and Tony Zolecki, thank you for bringing some value today. The GoPro Recruiting Challenge starts in 3 days, 11 a.m. Pacific time every day. Go to GoProRecruitingChallenge.com or type info into the comments. And if you don't get that message, go to GoProRecruitingChallenge.com. Get yourself registered for this. Make sure everybody on your team does the same thing. In the meantime, we'll be back here every day at 11 a.m. Pacific time to help you prepare for the challenge that starts on Wednesday. And once we start on Wednesday, we're going for 7 straight days to help you become a recruiting machine. All right? We're here because we believe in you. Network marketing isn't perfect, but it certainly is better. Let's all have a breakthrough together. Everybody have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.